Hey y'all, it's Destiny and welcome back or welcome to Destiny Reacts. In today's video, we are going to be talking about Liv's life. She did a Q&A with Jerrod a year ago and I really wanted to get into it, see what they were saying back then, and see if we can see, was she really a victim or was it just mutual combat between both of them? What was really going on in that relationship? So let's get into this video. This Q&A video that they did was from 2019 in November. I don't know why it says a year ago, but yeah, it's from 2019. So let's get into some of these questions. The first question was, how do they keep the romance alive with having 3 kids? So Jerrod's answer was, just get it when you can. And Olivia's answer was that they don't need help with that, and she also agrees with what Jerrod said. And the next question was, can Jerrod speak up in the vlogs because it's hard to hear him? I definitely have to agree with whoever wrote that question because in this video, it's so hard to hear them, especially him. Like, it's so hard to hear what he's saying. I don't know if it's the accent or his voice is deep or maybe he's just talking low on purpose. I don't know. But it was really hard to hear him. Next question, why can't Liv live without Jerrod? And they also asked if Jerrod can sing. I guess it's a 2-part question. Liv's answer was that she loves him. She really loves Jerrod, so she can't live without him. And then Jerrod decides to sing a little bit, so here you go.
Qué necesario amor. That's all I know.
You don't need no other body. You don't need no other body.
Now, this next question caught me a little off guard because it asked, does Jerrod believe he was the baby daddy? So I'm guessing Liv was actually pregnant back then as well. And they didn't know if it was Jerrod's baby or if it was somebody else's baby. So yeah, they're asking, Jerrod, do you really think you were the father of that child? Now, Liv obviously answered that question like, of course he knew he was the baby daddy. Of course. She says she does not mess around with a whole bunch of people like that. And of course, it would be his. She's not like that. That's what she says. How many of y'all actually believe that? Let me know in the comments. I don't know about that. So the next question was very interesting as well. If they hit the lottery tomorrow, what 3 things would they do with the money? That's a good question. So the number 1 thing Jerrod would do with the money is pay off his debt. He said he would pay off all his debt. Anything that he owes, he will be paying it off. But then he also says he doesn't care about his credit. But he would still pay off his debt. The second thing, like the great father we all know he is, he would put up money for his kids. Of course. Of course he would say that. Now, with the third thing, he really didn't know, but he was saying that depending on how much he wins in the lottery, he would get him the car that he wants, a Denali, and he would get a house, try not to spend all of it, but he would really want to spend most of it. So yeah, he would get some stuff for himself as well. Next question is, how did Jerrod feel when he saw Liv out on a date? Jerrod said he was laughing, so that's that. He laughed. And he also said that it was funny because the dude was so little, and Jerrod said she definitely downgraded. Oh my god. Okay, and then he says the dude told her to get his name tattooed on her, and Jerrod thought that was crazy because that was their first date. Oh, is this like seeing into the future or something? Didn't she just get that Zolo tattoo covered up? Ooh. So before Zolo, Liv went on a date with another dude that wanted her to tattoo his name on her body? Crazy. The next question is, how did they meet? And obviously they have different versions of this story, but Liv says she was working and Jerrod continuously came up there, bugging her, calling her phone until she said yes, she would go out with him. Now, Jerrod's version is he went up to the job one time, got her number, and then they went out. Simple as that. Liv obviously wanted to make Jerrod seem very, desperate, but he says he wasn't. Now, we're on to the next question that brought us all here today. Why does she keep going back to the man that abused her? Now, the question was, why does Liv keep going back to a man that is clearly not good for her? Jerrod laughed at this question. He also said it's because she's stupid. The question also went on to say, why did she bash Jerrod on social media and then get back with him and get all lovey-dovey all over again? Liv disagrees on ever bashing Jerrod on social media, and Jerrod says, guess she did, because he has never abused her. He has never been a domestic violence type of man. He wouldn't do that. Liv says she has never lied about anything on any of those videos, and it was true. They have been through a domestic violence type of relationship. So Jerrod's just like, if anybody's doing domestic violence, it's her. And she said, yeah, I smacked you in the head before. That's true. Jerrod also admitted to kicking Olivia in the butt and punching her in her arm. But he also says he does a lot of grabbing her and holding her just so she won't hit him and he won't hit her. It seemed like it was mutual combat. Jerrod says if what Olivia is saying was true, he would have went to jail for assaulting her. And he never did. He actually says he went to jail for warrants and nothing like any type of violent nature. Liv says she refuses to admit that she bashed Jerrod online. All she did was tell everybody what happened and what she went through. That's it. See, the problem with that is if Liv is only telling her side of what happened and not what she did, that's kind of bashing because you're not even telling anybody what you did wrong in the situation. So at this point, Liv is getting very upset because Jerrod continues to talk and tell his side, and she is not liking what he's saying. Then she blurts out that last week she smacked him in the head. Jerrod says Olivia thinks every time she is mad, she can put her hands on him. Like every time she's upset, she thinks it's okay to put her hands on him.
First of all, I'm not abusive, y'all.
First of all, there has been domestic violence. Nothing I've said. No.
So for some reason, Liv decides to say, if I want to talk about what I've been through with your family, I'm going to do it. What? They weren't even talking about his family. Where did that come from? This is when Liv says they wouldn't want their daughters going through what she went through with Jerrod's family. But again, what does this have to do with anything? They weren't even talking about the kids or his family. Then she brings up that his family was talking about her online or talking about their relationship. This got deep. Now, they start talking about one incident in particular where Liv poured out a beer bottle and she says Jerrod punched her in the arm for pouring the beer out. Jerrod says once Liv started pouring out the beer and she was done pouring it out in the sink, she started breaking the bottle, throwing it down, throwing it across the room, and everything. And it's not like he just punched her in the arm for no reason. She was going crazy. Liv, of course, denies that, but then Jerrod goes into deeper detail in saying she threw it in the washroom, threw the bottle against the wall, and that's where it broke. And then she went in the kitchen, grabbed a knife, and when he went in there after her, that's when she held it up to him and said, "You better get back." This is when Liv just starts laughing her head off, and she has nothing else to say to this. Of course, that was the truth. And Jerrod says, see, you need to tell them everything. Don't just tell them your side, tell them the whole story. Liv then says, well, she doesn't remember. She just knows she was very, very mad, but she doesn't remember doing all that. Liv says Jerrod didn't know she was crazy when they got together, but he should know that now from all the stuff that she did. Jerrod even said she threw a candle at his car. She cut up all his clothes and shoes and everything. Liv's excuse is that when you mess with a woman's heart, she's liable to do anything to you. This Q&A was crazy, but at least we know now that Liv and this whole victim mentality, I mean, come on. She was the one starting drama too. She was involved in all of it. I don't know why she feels like she's the victim and everybody does stuff to her, because obviously she does stuff too. She causes drama too. She can't deny it. Y'all have to let me know what you think of all of this in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will definitely see you in the next one.